What's going on, guys? JD with JD's Wraps. Got another wrap here. This was a Model X. Basically, this was the performance Model X, so this is kind of the creme de la creme, best one you can get from, I believe, probably like 2019, 2020. This one was white, which presented a number of challenges for those of you that have had to wrap a white Model X. You know what I'm talking about. The X is kind of built differently than all the other Teslas. This one is, you hear people in the industry throw around the term over-engineered. This is the most over-engineered Tesla out of the other three models. So basically, it's just more parts, more corners. You know, there's significantly more corners on this car because you have a separate A-pillar, you have the door handles, so you have an extra 2 corners on each door handle. And if you think about hiding the white in all of these places, it was a real challenge. Some panel gaps, significant panel gaps that you know, hardware that can't feasibly be removed, like these things are basically glued on. So it was a challenging project. On top of that, it was Hexis material. And I've used Hexis, I think 2 other times, and it went okay. And I don't hate Hexis, but it's one of those materials where it seems like it's really tough to get the super fine details because the material always wants to kind of like pull back a little bit. You know, with 3M and with Avery for that matter, it's kind of flexible enough where you can easily get it around without having any issues with discoloration or these other types of things. But with Hexis, it's super sticky, number one. And then number 2, it had a lot of pre-shrink. So, which sounds like could be used to your advantage, but in this case, it just, I don't know, maybe I just haven't used it enough. But Hexis is probably 3rd or 4th on my list as far as films on what I'd actually want to use moving forward. So, yeah, it was a tough week. I found my days, you know, what would normally take 8 hours was taking like 12 to 15 hours. So I had some extremely long days. And I'm pretty happy that this one was done. So, the purpose of this video is to kind of show you. I'll do the whole thing. We'll walk around. We'll take a look at some of the details, that sort of thing. And then just to briefly talk about the channel. I know I always talk about the front bumper video coming up. I'm thinking that if that gets released, it's not going to be soon. It's not going to be next week or maybe even next month. And if it does get released, I'm not seeing it released on YouTube. So we'll just kind of leave it at that for now. I am going to put a video out that talks about the different films. I want to kind of give people an in-depth kind of JD's Wraps look at the difference between the films, the pros and cons and that sort of thing. So that's definitely coming out. But as far as any instructional videos, you know, other than disassembly, I don't see them being on YouTube. So we'll leave it at that for now. We'll take you in and kind of look at the car. And yeah, other than that, you know, if you guys have any questions, you know, I love reading your guys' comments. I love when someone is, you know, your shop gets a Tesla for the first time and you stumble on my videos, and it makes it very easy. I love hearing that type of feedback, so I appreciate you guys watching the content. As always, if you're a new viewer, make sure to subscribe. We're gonna go somewhere. I haven't figured it out. You know, that's kind of one of the things about being a one-man show and doing this all yourself is you have a lot of thoughts that kind of come in and out, and you know, a lot of different angles, and you're not tied down to anything. So we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna always try to put something out for you guys that I find to be useful. You know, the tip of the day is something that I want to start doing more, like when I happen to be in the middle of a job and I stumble on something, I'm like, okay, that's really useful. I want to put out these kind of short 30-second to 1-minute clips to help people. But yeah, we're going to do something. But other than that, that's really all that there is to report. I've got another psychedelic wrap next week, so I probably won't be doing too much there. And we're getting booked out, so we've got a lot of cool things coming up. But for now, let's kind of take a look closer and see how it goes.